for Sagittarius, and this will be for the month of February 2025. Okay, Sagittarius, you are ready for a restart on so many levels. I'm going to say your big energy out is that you're going back to something that you were doing before, but you're making it better. Basically, we are how I do the readings. Some of you take it as it resonates. Some of you may be in this energy currently. Some of you may be working through, a little further out, and others are just moving into the energy. So just be mindful of where you're at that stage. You're not all making decisions on a Monday or a Wednesday, and of course, you all have different ways of healing and modalities, and certainly different support systems. So some of you work through energy a little faster than others. So that's why timing is a little bit challenging sometimes with reads. But either way, I'm just going to read the initial cards out here and get into some of the details. So what I'm seeing here is some pretty remarkable energy of, an incredible coming restart for you. And it feels like everything is moving in the right direction, obviously, because we also have further out, I'll pull it forward here, but we also have the Knight of Cups energy, which is working on the things that actually bring you wish fulfillment. So, okay, so again, when we get to the card of the Fool energy, this is the main energy out. This is the major arcana. This is where you are currently sitting at. So again, something else that you've done before, even of a deja vu experience. You're preparing for a new adventure. This is change. This is a start of a familiar journey using skills, but not just skills. It's learning new skills or more skills. And therefore there's more potential and more potentiality with this, like a new possibility here, because you are moving into something that you've already trusted initially in a path, but now you're upgrading it. So there's more of a new level of an understanding or awareness. And so because of that, it's going to be exponential growth and expansion. So you're not repeating a cycle in the way that you did. You've actually learned those lessons. And so you would have slowed down to kind of move into that space. And now you're in that cycle of lessons learned. And now it's going to be more of an infinite possibility of how far can you take this. So again, I'm seeing a couple of different things here. This can speak to, and both matters might actually be at hand for whoever this resonates for, both in terms of love or connection, but there's also wish fulfillment. So work-related matters might also be at play here for some of you. So however that resonates, and again, we are dealing with the Knight of Swords. That definitely speaks to some kind of an immediate action that's taking place. It's like a rapid information that's coming in here that's going to speed things up, and I feel like that's going to help you get clear on the direction of what it is that you're headed toward, because this is fast thinking. This is taking advantage of an ambition or an opportunity, great problem solver. So I feel like you are resolving a problem basically, and because of that, in this month you're taking fast action and swiftly moving toward a particular direction. You're kind of being the hero in your own life, basically. So again, I just feel like there is that wind of change here, getting to the heart of the matter, and now you've actually got some better chance of success because it's 2.0 card with the Fool. So again, I feel like you're not scattering your energy. This is really clear thinking. I will say with that Nine of Wands energy, there is a certain sense of resiliency in moving forward, but you're at a better standing than you were before. You're very motivated. You believe in yourself here. And it's not, there's no lack of follow through here. This is just going for it energy. And again, it's like you're going for it, but you're going for it with a better mindset. And if it's almost like you have a new idea that's swiftly coming in here as well with that Ace of Wands energy. It definitely speaks to an exciting new idea, or like you're more inspired, and sounds like there's some kind of intense creative impulse. But either way, it's connecting you to some sense of purpose or something that you were able to do really well before, and you can trust that spark, because this is where you're manifesting. It's like an immediate blaze of expression and something of an idea that comes through that's just going to zap things forward and make the dream bigger than it was before. Very expansive energy here. Again, this is more clarifying energy, but you're still in the energy of it. And again, and then just generally, we're going through to the Queen of Pentacles. This could also be involving someone that's very practical and nurturing, and somebody who really has a good sense of money. So it is a receptive energy. This could be somebody who's involving themselves in your life as well at this time, but it certainly speaks to a very powerful connection to keeping things grounded. There is a nurturing aspect here as well, more stability and success. And it does feel like there's an element of prosperity that's sort of building that abundance. But it's very grounded energy, wholesome energy. And it, again, it's just feeling like there's a down to earth approach to the way that you deal with achieving your Nine of Cups. So that's the general energy of it, and then we'll get into more of the specifics. So again, when this is the Nine of Cups, which you are almost in that energy, but again, some of you, it might be a little further out. You're not in the main energy anyway for those who this resonates for, because the main card out is the Fool, just stepping into this new path, better idea, better way of approaching it. And again, the Nine of Cups is the wish fulfillment, the blessing. That's going to be a little bit further out, but it is the clarifying energy around this Queen of Pentacles, this grounded, energy. And of course, even with the Nine of Cups, that's still sort of full range happiness. And it's a time to seek your joy, seek the things that, that satisfy you. And it's just a really overall good feeling card, deep satisfaction around someone in particular with this Queen of Pentacles that is very grounded. And again, it just feels like you have brought things around through lessons learned, and you've got this powerful new idea, and it's really going to help you to visualize, and everything's validated here. Like, I see that there is no complacency. You're really deserving of this because you put in the hard work. Okay, so go through the clarifiers. So Knight of Swords, and again, that's clarified with the Nine of Wands, and of course with the Ace of Wands. So as I mentioned, there's a bit of guardedness here, a bit of reserve, but it's still fast-moving energy, very determined energy. And, sometimes that Knight of Swords can be a bit impulsive and not very, how do I say, more impactful with the words, but sometimes to one's detriment, where it can be communication that's just so swift that it's coming through at a bit of a reckless pace or an impatient pace. But that Knight of Swords can also be communication that's just so direct and cutting. But I still see very positive cards around it. So irregardless, it does feel like the Nine of Wands is, being very resilient in what you're hearing anyway. So it feels like it might have been a position that you've worked really hard for, but you're kind of at that end of the battle, because once you get this information coming through, even though you're very cautious about it, you didn't give up. And even though there can be a lot of exhaustion or a bit of a sense of burnout, it feels like you've got this new burst of motivation because of the Ace of Wands. So despite pushing forward, you get the information you're looking for. And again, Ace of Wands puts you back into motivation mode. So potential with a fresh start, fresh opportunity, more passion, more excitement in your life here as well. And this can be around relationship status, because I feel like there's a couple of things here, not just business, but definitely around relationship status as well. So it's the potential for fresh new opportunities and more fun in your life coming in. And it feels like you're closer to the finish line than you may realize. So even though you're a little bit worn out, a little bit cautious, or a little tired or uncertain, it feels like you're getting past it. Again, Knight of Swords brings in that sense of urgency with the communication, but it's also a strong mental drive to take action, move quickly. And again, whatever the battles were that's left you hesitant, it feels like you're not going to the message would be to, not rush and be reckless because you fought so hard for this, but it's using your energy wisely and not exhausting yourself would be sort of the message. But you definitely have a burst of new energy and potential and a fresh start here in a creative energy and direction. But again, even with a passionate new start with someone, can be around relationship status as well as business, because the Fool card to me, it still speaks to two things coming in. Okay, you're facing the situation. Again, you're motivated for change and action. Lots of that energy coming through. And it feels like, again, just conserve your energy for the long haul, because even though you're at the Nine of Wands, you're almost to the pinnacle of success, which will bring you that wish fulfillment. You are almost there. You're in the energy of it. You just can't see it. It won't manifest in your energy just yet, because you're working through the new idea, the 2.0. How do you raise this to the next level? Again, the Fool represents the new beginning, and it's embracing the unknown, but you're embracing it in a very optimistic way, now, because you have this new idea, this new information that's communicated to you, this new thing that's going to be able to advance it in a better, far better way. The only thing is it is followed up by the Hangman and the Seven of Cups. So that is somebody who is putting themselves into a period of pause. There's a little bit of a suspension energy here, unable for you to gain a new perspective, see it differently. What do you have to sacrifice and able to get to where you want? What do you have to let go of and able to gain that clarity or that enlightenment? What is holding this back a little bit? Because the Seven of Cups indicates that there is some hard choices that you have to make. You want to break through and make sure that you have, some good options here. So there might be a little bit of overwhelm or confusion there that's still, still sort of ruminating in the background here, but you're in that position basically of, here's my idea. That's what's February. And then moving into the next energy will be, now I have to consider the possibilities, the sacrifices. How do I get it to align with my values, that kind of thing. Because this is, you want to make a grounded decision, because you do have a lot of cards here that do speak to, there being grounded energy and really pushing through with something. So again, Fool, stepping into the unknown, optimistic about this new risk that you're on, this path that you're taking. But you want it to be something meaningful, because that's why you're hanging back with a bit of a pause moment. That'll be going into March, possibly in February as well for some of you again. But maybe you need to release something of an old attachment about the way something was, look at it from that different angle, but you are upscaling it either way with the 2.0. So again, you might be feeling a little bit overwhelmed because there's a lot involved here, but I feel like you'll be able to, weed your way through those distractions, because the Queen of Pentacles energy tells me you're in that space of, I can, keep this in a grounded place, I can make it better. So again, these combinations really do speak to you taking the time to reflect, you nurturing that grounded energy, making practical decisions, and being very resourceful. But you also want to take care of others in this energy as well, and you know how to take care of yourself. So basically, you are still focused on your stability in your home life, but it's also about creating some comfort and abundance for yourself within those bounds of security. I don't feel like this is reckless, money spending or anything like that. It feels like you're trying to bring about your emotional satisfaction on a personal level by being in a good place emotionally and making sure your needs are met and those around you, so that you feel fulfilled in what you have. Now, the Five of Cups energy, which is also right below that, so the Knight of Cups to the Five of Cups, and again, that's clarifying the Queen of Pentacles. So it definitely feels like you're still in a stabilizing force here with that energy. Could be a person that's coming through with that Queen of Pentacles also. So however that resonates for you, but if it is a person, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy, but it feels like professionally you're building on your achievements, not impulsive, but you get some quick incoming information that helps you to move this forward. But I do feel like in terms of a relationship, it's practical, tangible solutions, building a strategy and a plan. And the money is good and it's going to get better, and you're definitely meeting your milestones. But as far as, a relationship, again, that sort of feels like it's not in a big hurry to be involved, but yet there is something here with the Knight of Cups about that person being your wish fulfillment. So still trying to look after the home front basically, and supporting yourself and others right now. But again, that energy further out is going to help to build. The Five of Cups tells me that this situation was one of some disappointment. It could be an apology or making amends in some way for others. But you are finding the answers that you seek. There was some kind of a setback or sorrow in around this person, but it's almost like you're not concentrating on that. You're looking at what's left, not what's lost, and you're able to settle that and resolve it quickly. But again, there's quick communication coming in there, and so whatever left you with that sense of loss does feel like it's emotionally sort of rebuilding. So it's salvageable. So it's not full emotional loss, but something again that you can look forward to. But you're not really going to dwell on, the past events here. It just looks like you're trying to build on something at a second chance of it. So again, even in terms of business sense, that kind of thing, it just feels like whatever that challenging energy was that shows up here, it's an emotional wound, but it can be a regret as well that's lingering. But with the Nine of Cups coming up here as emotional satisfaction, it just suggests to me that undercurrent of disappointment is healing. So I just feel like there is still the offers here of an apology, a more stabilizing energy. Again, this can be even along business front as well, but it feels like you're dealing with things that still impact you on an emotional level. And again, but there's still so much around stability and security and moving things toward a healing space and self-care that I just feel like that's less of an emotional, it's more of a lingering emotional baggage of some sort, that you're healing from. But you're taking the time to sort of self-soothe and self-care and all of that, which is not holding you back emotionally because it feels like you're in a really good space. So that's what I have for you for February. Looks amazing. Keep moving forward. That's what I have for you, Sagittarius. Keep moving forward. Until the next